Recording.
Okay, we're recording. You know what? Now that we're starting, I do have something special that I want to share with you all.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. Oh?
Yeah. You know, I've been talking about, maybe changing up my DM style a little bit after Monster of the Week. It's 2023. Am I going to be a new person and everything? So I do have something that I am going to make some changes for. I have it right here.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Oh, God. It's an Amazon envelope package thing.
What is happening? Oh, you got the glove!
It's a heel turn, baby! This is my DMing glove! You're all gonna fucking die! Heel. I'm a heel. I'm a DM. I'm the best DM in podcasting, and you're all gonna die, and I have the glove to prove it.
Oh, my God.
Listeners, Eric is wearing a white nylon glove with a fully bedazzled front.
Brandon, now that I'm evil, I need to have a costume change to designate it.
Yeah.
All right, is everybody ready?
Of course.
Yes.
Naturally.
God, I'm ready.
Woo! I remember a time before the cascade dried up. Here in Verda Stello, the four nations of plant and bug people flourished and thrived. But the great waterfall that fed the land slowed to a trickle, revealing a vast salt sea and unknown islands. The only guide were the words of the 13 dried carvings. The water will slow to fall, but the tides are turning. Find the infinite lake to replenish the world and discover the salmon who will grant you a wish of whatever you desire. This marks the beginning of the tide, as many green folk hauled onto ships to find the infinite lake and maybe riches, adventure, excitement, and purpose along the way. And what exactly is a salmon? Is that a berry? That was 50 years ago, and the tide rushes forward ever still. There are many stories caught on the wind between sails, but why don't we hear just one? Of a butterfly gunman with clipped wings, a ripened and explosive piece of produce, and a witch made out of tea. This is Join the Party, Camp-Paign 3, The Rising Tide.
Woo! Yay!
I'll sing you a song that all green folk know.
Until the water falls home.
That only began 50 years ago.
Until the water falls home.
We seek the deep lake and a wish-granting salmon.
Until the water falls home.
So hoist up the sails and load up the cannons.
Until the water falls home.
A rush from the tide, sail through the cascade, an adventure of ships, a ceaseless parade. I dream of roots buried in the deep alone, but we can't well sleep till the water falls home.
So those are all three of my characters. Who are y'all playing?
I don't know what you're talking about, Brandon. I'm the ripe produce.
That was just about Julia.
Yeah, I am the tea witch in this friend group.
All right. Here on Esca Island, one of the many, many, many islands that dot the salted sea, the only thing open at this time of night is the sitting spot. The only bar, and, do you really need multiple bars when there's only that many people living here? Anyone who is not supposed to be curfewed at 8 p.m. by their mothers goes to the sitting spot after work. And what can work be on such a small island? In the town of Esca, on Esca Island, we're just living here. The town has only been here for a few years. All of the buildings have been quickly put up to capitalize on the pirate economy that comes in waves, no pun intended. The sitting spot looks more like a kitchen than it does a bar, but it's close enough. A combination of old and recovered chairs and tables, a bar set up over on one side, but it's a bar only in the way that you could sit. That's where they put the stools. Just hammering a bunch of plywood together, and you can't go back there because the bartender, Jammy, will not let you back there unless you have a very, very good reason, and no one has a very, very good reason.
Classic Jammy.
The
Classic
classic Jammy.
Jammy.
Also, that's where all the bottles are, so I guess that's the bar, But, as every day after 8 p.m., the sitting spot is as busy as it is because that's all you're supposed to go. What, you're going to sit in your own kitchen? I'm going to sit in this kitchen instead. It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday. I don't mean
Regular
that.
crowd shuffles in.
Yeah, and Billy Joel's there playing. Billy Joel, a stack of blueberries, is sitting at the piano.
A stack of blueberries. It's so funny to
How
me.
is he held together? That's impolite to ask.
Don't ask. Playing the shanties and old songs that anyone is allowed to ask for, but a lot of them kind of all sound similar because you're just plunking on the same with your big blueberry hands that you got. At that moment, the door is pushed open and you hear the ding-ding-ding of the bell set up over the bar so that every single person who is allowed after 8 p.m. in the town of Esca can turn towards the door and figure out who the hell is coming into their bar because everyone else is here. And that's when 3 pirates stride into the bar. Cammy, Troy, Umbi. Everything that I've just described is what you see as you walk inside. 25 townsfolk looking at you, and Billy Joel, the stack of blueberries, suddenly cutting off the music.
Is Billy Joel-y like jelly? Is that anything?
Yeah, that's how it's spelled, but it's pronounced Joel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Joellee, but it's pronounced Joel.
Adjusting my notes. Billy, I love that guy.
Oh my gosh, it's so cozy in here. I love this.
Umbi just makes a beeline for Jammy at the bar.
At the bar, Jammy is an oversized, incredibly ripe tomato.
What color?
Oh, very red, red, and bruised in some places. Mostly tomato on top, with the kind of body that it can only hold up such a bulbous tomato, and a little sprig of green stem hair.
Same.
Welcome to the sitting spot. Was there anything you would like here that I can pour for you?
What kind of drinks are behind the bar? Like am I looking at nectars? Am I looking at
Sure. I think that there's one single tap attached to something. And on the bar is a scattering of bottles, some of them open, some of them dusty, some of them full, with all various X's and skull and bones. Some of them have notes that are tied to them that say that they're for specific people. They might not have everything, but you can ask.
What's your favorite, bruh?
Oh, I just usually have this on tap. It's the good stuff.
Good enough for me. One for me and one for you, bud.
Thank you so much. You still need to pay for both, because that's just how the economy works here.
My man, I will.
Jammy, bartender
Shit.
and economist.
It's my bar. That's what I have to do. Also, is this Brandon who's in my world? Why is there a human named Brandon making jokes at me?
Jammy takes a red hand and pulls on almost like it's fashioned out of an old harpoon that is attached to the tap.
Eric, are
Wow.
you sure this isn't in Julia's house?
Yeah, it might be Julia's house.
It could be. Someday.
The old harpoon is kind of the handle on the tap,
Sick.
and out comes a dark, sludgy beer. And he pours one for himself, and he pours one for you.
Would you like this to be sticky?
What an odd question to ask someone.
How do you take it?
Well, what we do here, if you want extra sap, we can make it extra sticky as a floater.
Nah, that's all right, man. Thank you. I'll take it. I'll take it right out the tap.
Are you sure? It's really good if it's sticky. All of us drink it sticky.
My man, then I'll take it sticky.
Absolutely. We'll make it extra sticky.
Jammy takes both of the beers, puts them behind the bar, and you hear a quick sloshing for a second, and pulls them back up. It seems like there is a floater of tree sap on top as he slides one down the bar to Troy. Amanda, would you like to tell me about our good friend, Troy?
Yeah, what's up? I'm Troy Riptide. I'm a mariner, Kingdom of the Crags. What up? And he gives a shaka sign.
to the camera.
Yep. I'm a butterfly. I'm not all over the place about it. My wings are all tied up, hard on the open seas. Have a big target. It's like you're a sailboat. You know what I mean? That's not the business I'm in. I'm quick with my crossbow, quicker with my dagger, and you don't want to cross me or my friends, because we're gonna get that salmon. We're gonna find that lake. I'm gonna bring glory to the crags, baby.
Cracks. All of the friends Troy should have had goes cracks. And Amanda, what class are you playing for Troy Riptide?
Yes, I am playing the gunslinger with the trick shot subclass. So I am basically incredibly good at firing my weapons, at making my shots land, and making daring feats of basically anti-gravity if I ever miss.
That sounds cool. I'm sure that won't come up later. Don't worry.
Why would it?
Yeah, why definitely wouldn't happen as Troy goes Annie Oakley with your crossbow. Yeah, why don't you describe Troy? What does Troy look like? What's Troy wearing?
Totally. So Troy is a species of butterfly with a black body and really brilliant yellow wings, which he wears rolled up, almost like, like a bedroll you can buy at like a Renaissance fair, almost like rolled up in like a leather, almost backpack that he wears. And so there are 2 wings, each rolled up with their own little leather covers so they don't get wet and weigh him down out on the open seas. And then in between the wings is his crossbow, where he wears it over his back with his arrow quiver there as well. He's got a dagger on his belt and fists that are ready to fly, and he's got big old bug eyes, little antennae, and when he's in private, he'll use his proboscis to drink his drink. But he can also just kind of like slurp it into his mouth in polite company.
I love
Nice.
that.
Yeah, nice.
Hell yeah.
We don't see many pirates coming over this way. What brings you to our humble Esca island?
Troy sticks his proboscis in the sap and looks at his colleagues.
I mean, is it a sore subject?
Why would it be sore subject? Nothing's a sore subject.
Oh, well, I said, why are you here? And then all of you comically looked at each other.
That's a bit that we do. I love bits.
I also have inside jokes with my friends. That sounds about right. Miss, would you like anything?
No, I'm actually. And then Cammy grabs the tea kettle that is at their side, attached to their belt, and places it on the bar and asks, "Do you have more salt water by any chance?"
No, right. This seemed like an impertinent question to ask a pirate, but you were just coming from the place with all the salt water.
I was, but I do need to top off Nani's salt water every like half an hour or so, or else she gets a little grumpy, so...
Is Nani the name of your tea kettle, which you brought inside of a bar establishment?
No, and then Cammy pops off the lid, and out of the tea kettle, you see tentacles made out of seaweed kind of emerge, and then pull
Julia.
it back on.
What?
Fucking incredible.
Hey, Julia.
Pets.
Hey, Julia, what's going on? Who are you playing, and who is this fun tentacled creature?
I am playing Chamomile Cassis, aka Cammy, aka Cam, and they are a tea witch.
Fuck yes.
What?
Fuck yes.
Oh my god. So you class, witch, subclass.
Tea!
Yes, of course. Julia, please describe Cammy and also your little tentacled companion.
Yeah, so Cammy is a tea plant. She is more on the kind of stout side with very like wide top branches and leaves, but the top right half of her leaves are actually blighted with something called blister blight. So it's covered in these kind of gray and white sporish scars that have infected her leaves. She is kind of dressed in sort of flowy clothing, a lot of like blues and yellows and browns, and in her tea kettle is her familiar, which is currently in the form of a seaweed octopus named Anonyma, or Nani for short.
Yes.
Hell yeah, dude.
Just trying out Nani's.
Yeah, no,
Nani's
go
voice.
ahead.
That's
I
all.
love it. And Nani can change shape, but Nani's favorite shape is the seaweed octopus. So Nani prefers to stay in a little salt water when traveling away from the ship.
Incredible.
I get it.
Same.
I can't this might be something you need to make by yourself, but I can't offer you a glass of some water and some salt, some table salt for you to combine for yourself. I don't want to presume that I understand how you make tea.
Okay, that will probably be fine. Thank you very much.
I'm just a bartender. I don't know how to take care of tea.
You shouldn't degrade yourself just because you don't know the art of tea. That's totally fine. That's totally acceptable. Not everyone spends their entire life learning about tea.
I just know what I know and know what I don't know. But it's not coming down on myself. It's more about being aware.
Troy raises his mug. My man.
I love that for you.
Legit, those last couple words, Eric, did not catch them.
That's what it's fine. I'm a tomato.
Oh God, the transcript.
Unintelligible.
Yeah, grumbles, mumbles.
Grumbles.
So you would look. Can I help you? Do you have any questions about what we have behind the bar?
What?
I'm saying, do you have any questions about what we have for drinking here in this establishment?
Can I have your juiciest drink? Extra sap, extra sticky.
Damn.
Absolutely. Well, hold on, let me. Unfortunately, let me sort everything. Hold
You're too in the weeds with it. Bring it back.
Hold on, Ray. I need to look at all the things. Hold on, I gotta look at all the brawlers we currently have here and figure out which is the juiciest. If you just wait a moment.
Yeah, that's fine. I got all the time.
Hey, Brandon, who's this? Who's this? Let me know.
I knew what to expect, Brandon, when you described your character. Like, I had an inkling.
It's still good.
I have a question as to why you keep choosing voices that seem like they really hurt your throat, but...
Brandon, this is the beginning of a campaign. You have the opportunity to make adjustments.
So I legitimately did think about this, Julia, and this one does not hurt my throat.
Yay.
I don't know why.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
This is Umbi. Full name, Asimina triloba. Umbi is a pawpaw fruit, which, if you are not aware, is a sort of North American mango type thing. He is old. He's an old man. He's sort of like big on top and bottom, kind of crooked over a little bit. He has a pawpaw flower on top of his head as a hat, which is like a red, purple, maroonish flower with 6 petals.
Cool.
And when bruised, he has a disagreeable odor similar to a green bell pepper.
So maybe now it's happening?
So probably all the time.
That sounds great.
That sounds better.
Like, I love the smell of my grandma's house, but what if I walked in there and it was green bell pepper? That'd be tight as hell.
That'd be nice.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Tell me about what game mechanics are powering this folk.
So Umbi is an alchemist, and his subclass is Mad Bomber, which means I go around the earth scouring for cool ingredients, mix them together, and then blow shit up.
Well, that sounds about right. That's good. That's
Love
good,
it.
thanks.
Yep.
Sir, it sounds we do have our juiciest bottle. It's currently on reserve by one of the members here, but I can get you something that's pretty juicy that I can make extra sticky.
What?
Well, you see,
I don't think this is my hearing. I think this is the... What?
Hold on.
And he reaches below the bar, takes out like a horn. The horn, and places it between you and over the bar, and then he starts shouting into it.
The bottle that is taken, that's the juiciest one we have, is currently on reserve by one of the members here of Esca Island. Unfortunately, I can get you something pretty juicy, but not the juiciest that we have, but I can make it extra sticky.
Okay, as long as it's extra sticky, that'll be just fine. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to know how we make it sticky?
Does anyone ever want to know how the sausage is made?
I guess not, but also, I'm gonna tell you anyway.
Okay.
We just gotta jam it into an open stump that we have here. We all love it.
Troy's already wide butterfly eyes get a little bit wider, and he retracts the proboscis.
Sounds tasty. I'll take 3. I mean, I'll take 1, but enough sap for 3.
Absolutely, that's fine. That's on the house.
Thank you. What? Really? Thanks.
No, the stickiness, you all still need to pray.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like I said, it's an establishment.
I am just saying that I did offer to make everyone free tea earlier on the ship, and everyone turned me down, so...
Well, you said, do you want tea? And then you said, you showed us Nani, and, did think it was cool to, like, drink your friend?
I mean, I can... It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, thanks.
You know, when like casing out a new spot, it's really great to just like find out where the locals hang and get a sense of like where they're at and what they do. And, you know, you gotta pay a little bit for that privilege, you know what I mean? It's called recon.
Pay people for the privilege of knowledge. That's what a book is. I understand now.
Yeah, but like, does a book know that there's like a weird smell somewhere, or like where the gold is, or you know, like they don't necessarily know.
I mean, if someone writes it down in a book, then yes, the book does know. But I understand where you're coming from, Troy. I understand.
I'm just saying, my way comes with extra sap. And Troy cheers his glass up.
Sure is a lot of sap.
I did want to say when I was introducing my character that Umbi was drinking juicy ale with extra tree sap when you were knee-high to a cranberry. I said that in my head.
No, that's true. No, that's true
very
fact.
It's good and true.
Yeah, I think that by this point, with you three talking to each other, everyone in the bar has turned back to themselves. You didn't come in here shooting, so it seems pretty okay for now. Though, people do have their eyes on you, but Cammy, you're not sure if it's because of the regular reasons or any other reasons.
I'm used to the looks at this
What are
point.
the regular
That's fine.
reasons? I'm
covered in blight. Just absolutely covered in it. But thank you for pointing it out. Again.
So, we're, do we know where the temple is?
I think we should play the tourist angle. And what we do is we say, hey, do you have any cool historic buildings that we can see, such as temples?
Temples. Cammy, if I haven't said it before, you're brilliant.
Thank you. I don't hear that very often, and I love it.
Seconded.
Troy, you have the best rapport with this sweet tomato, so why don't you handle this?
You all right? Hey, it's weird that this tomato's named after my grandmother, so I'm just taking a minute to get over it. Okay.
Every time I'm like, jammy.
Troy kind of like uses one arm to flick back his debonair adventurer coat and puts one of his 6 arms on the bar. And goes,
It's the one he does all of the lifting on.
yes.
Yeah.
That's what glamour muscles look like for butterflies.
Oh, yeah,
It's
flexes.
only the top.
Eric,
top.
it's all in the
arms.
joints. It's all in the joints.
Oh,
You
they
need
love
joints.
juicy joints. Yeah.
Juicy joints.
Troy, huge joints. Huge
Massive joints.
You know what they say, Brandon? Huge joints. Good lift.
Big
Good lift.
proboscis.
Hey, great recommendation, man. I'm really enjoying this app.
Oh, thank you. It's kind of... I shouldn't have described how it worked, but I'm glad you still like it. Because it makes kind of a squelch when you put it in there.
You know, I think the best things in life do. And
So true.
and speaking of your great taste, my buds here and I have a vested interest in finding a temple nearby. Would you be able to point us to that?
While this is happening in the background, you just see that Umbi has turned around and is watching Billy Jolie. And
Just Billy Joel.
Just Joel,
Billy
Brandon.
Joel.
Just a short French Joel.
and says,
Play piano grape.
Sing us the song, you're the piano grape.
You can tell it's a character and not him because he's a berry.
Yeah. Make us some Welsh tonight.
Wow.
Oh, I don't think it does anything like that. It's here in town. We're just a small town that built up around the tide boom. And we're here just living our lives because we're all escaped from the tyranny of living in the countries that we're from, living the freedom. So we don't have anything, I don't think, that...
Eric, can you roll a deception roll?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that the tomato bartender is spinning his wheels and is not telling you something.
Troy uses his buff arm to flick back the other side of his coat where his dagger is on his belt, and takes a tarnished doubloon out of his belt pouch, slides it across the bar.
Eric, is it a doubloon?
It is a doubloon. Actually, Amanda, can you take it again?
Yeah,
it's a doubloon.
No, sorry. A doubloon?
With an M at the end. Yeah.
A tarnished doubloon. Brandon, I hope you can run with that and use that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm not really the most informed person here. You should talk to any of them. I don't really get out much over this area. You should talk to some of the other folks that are here, but I'm sure they can tell you about any sort of religious places that have... Hey,
Troy drags the doubloon back across to his side of the bar.
I'm sure that someone else here can definitely help you with what you're looking for, and who also doesn't want any trouble in their establishment.
Mm-hmm. Have we caused trouble? Oh no, I didn't mean to cause trouble.
What?
Cammy, that's not the water thing. I'm trying to intimidate this guy.
Oh, I can help with that. And then Cammy just leans forward, blight side first, and starts giggling to herself, be like, "We're tourists. Tell us where the temple is."
Hey, Julia, give me an intimidation roll, please.
Yeah, of course.
Incredible.
A 14 plus 2 for a 16.
Hey, this bodes well.
That's very good. That's good stuff.
We're tourists. I read about it in a book.
Troy's spinning the coin on the bar top.
And it never stops spinning? Oh no!
It's been a dream this entire time!
Oh, it seems I have to change the taps and I have something to do, but you can talk to Hondo, who knows plenty of things, who's kind of the leader of our little town. Please, you can go talk to him. He's standing over there at the side of the bar. I have to go.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please keep all weapons and deformities to yourself. Thank you. Goodbye.
Well, that's rude.
Bud. Over the line.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to apologize?
Say you're sorry to my friend here.
I'm sorry, my friend here.
Thank you.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Okay.
Great set, my man. Great set.
Just let me know if you need anything else.
Thank you.
As the tomato bartender, with tomato juice rolling down his oversized red brow, leans underneath the tap and starts adjusting something that doesn't need adjusting.
So which one's Hondo?
He's the tall, real tall fella over there.
I look. Who's tall?
Yep. So looking out over the eclectic furniture of the sitting spot, like I said, it's pretty full. There's only enough chairs in here for the people who live in the town of Esca, right? Some people are huddled over what looks like a diner table with various chairs and whispering to each other in hurried glances. You can see that over in the corner is Hondo, who is like a 7-foot tall stick bug who's actually looks like a stick. His skin is very, very barkish and rough.
Cool.
It looks like birch bark, actually.
Cool.
So it has it's white with the brown pucks that you wouldn't expect on a stick bug. And he's very much holding court in the corner booth with some of his friends. He's talking loudly. He has coveralls on that he's kind of in the only way you could make coveralls casual. He has one button off and he's an undershirt. You can see the undershirt underneath because he's at the bar and he gets to be chill.
Cool.
I love that for him.
You're also looking around and some people are playing cards over on the side as well. So there's definitely chatter. There's rumors and people are talking and laughing and arguing about which ship is better, what happens next and what happens now.
Well, I think Umbi's just gonna walk over to Hondo's table, slam his drink down on the table, and say,
Hondo, my old friend.
And I have a thing that Eric made up called I Think I Know You.
It sounds like an Eric Silver joint.
Uh-huh.
Hey, well, first, let's talk about your background really quick. What's it called?
Old man. Old man.
Old man. Yeah.
Old
Old
man.
man.
Old
Yeah.
man.
Old man.
Old man.
And that background gives me what Eric made up, which is I Think I Know You, which is once per long rest, I can choose one person I've just met. I roll a d10, and on a 10, I've met this person or their parents years ago.
Or grandparents, or great-grandparents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And got on well or not, up to me. And if I rolled 8 or 9, I have some tangential connection I can play into, but it's not automatic. And on a 1, you think you know them, but do you? And all else is I don't know them. So I would like to give that a go.
Sure, let's do it.
Hey, this is cool.
Does that give me anything else, Eric? Oh, it just gave me proficiencies. That's what it was.
Yeah.
What old man proficiencies did you get?
Brandon got old man strength, so proficiency in athletics.
Wow.
Yeah, old man stretchiness, you know?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I got a 4.
All right, it's a 4.
So I don't know that.
I don't think so. I was born on this island. I grew up on this island, and I live on this island, and I never leave the island, so I've never seen anyone like you before, friend, but I hope you're enjoying your time here on Esca, because I don't know you, so you're definitely not from here.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I mistook you. I had an old friend. Look.
Okay, grandfather. That's enough. So I'm so sorry about
What?
him. I'm Troy.
And then Umbi sort of like ambulates feebly to the side so Troy can get in.
Just like the tiniest little shuffle to the left.
Yeah.
Cammy like puts a hand over his shoulder like, there, Grandpa. It's okay. It's okay. Would
So
you like a cup
sorry,
of tea, Grandpa?
Unfortunately, this has happened more than once. You know what I mean?
That's all right. All the members of Esca, old, young, tall or short, green, yellow, red, striped, purple, white, petaled, not petaled, leaved, winged, multiple-legged. They're all equal in our eyes as long as... So I understand.
That's all of them. You named all of them.
I named all the types of green folk. I did it because I know them all.
That ideology is exactly why we decided to take our break from traveling here on Esca. We heard that there is a really beautiful temple. Cammy over here loves to read, whatever. And I'd love to know if
Fucking nerd.
she read it. And
In a book.
Just want to know. Yep. That's what they like to do is read. And anything? Do you know where that is? Do you know where we can find it? Kind of had our heart set on it. You know what I mean?
Oh, so I guess you do know something about Esca. You don't have to lie. That's the only reason people come here. You want to see the Sea Devil's Temple.
What?
Yes, we do.
Yes. What's that? It wasn't here last time I was here.
It's okay. That's okay, Grandpa. That's all right. Things change as time goes on.
I don't think so.
Jesus, I'm gonna have to get used to that. Oh my god, okay. Oh, of course. Okay, of course. You want to see the temple. You don't have to be so sly about it, but we just don't give out the way to the temple for free.
Oh, you want to play me for it?
You're a games bug?
Yeah.
We have a game that we play here in Esca. You're interested?
I mean, I have a game I play too, but whatever your fancy is. If you want to play on a home game on your home turf, I'm there for it.
Why? What's your game?
It's a 1-card Manny.
That sounds like a game you just made up.
No, I had the deck
No,
right
it's
here.
very fun. We play it all the time.
Troy draws out of his leg pocket 2 cards.
It's 1-card Manny.
It's a deck of 2 cards.
Yeah. You take one, I take one. The one that says Manny wins.
They're not even cards, they're just a piece of paper. One says Manny, the other one doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, tell me about this deck, Amanda.
They're actually beautifully designed with different logos on the back of them of volcanoes and moss, jagged rocks and high winds, just like beautiful kind of angular geographical. Have you ever seen the Giant's Causeway in Ireland with like beautiful hexagonal stone formations? That's kind of the vibe, like very geometrical design. That's the back of the card. You flip it over. One says Manny and one is blank.
What says Manny?
Mm-hmm.
like Manny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Manny made it up.
Your friend Manny?
Manny's a legend, man.
I know Manny.
He does, actually, this time.
Mm-hmm. What kind of game? What kind of game is this? This isn't some sort of Tide game. This feels like something that came back thousands of years. Where are you from?
Kingdom of the Crags, baby.
Craig,
Do
Craig,
what we
Craig,
got.
Craig, 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 Craig.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you sound like someone who has like all their ancestors cheering Crags behind you.
You know, not a lot much to do over there other than eke out a modest living from whatever inhospitable environment we can find, venerate our royals, no matter what they do or don't do for us, and make up games.
Sounds like a lot of fun, and by a lot of fun, I mean I can see why you're a pirate.
Yeah, it would really beat being a soldier, not gonna lie to you.
That sounds about right. Well, we have a game here on Esca. I feel like we should be, it's up... we're kind of in an impasse, and
No, you're doing us the favor. You don't want to play one card, Manny. I got it. Let's play what you got.
We'll play, if all goes the way that you want, we can play one card Manny whenever you like. You can stay here.
Tight.
Yeah, we'll play the game that we play on Esca. Does anyone ever want to do it? Hondo lifts up his mug of dark beer and slams it like 3 times on his table and be like, "Hey, does anyone want to play? We want to play a game. The newcomers want to play a game." And they're like, "Yeah, definitely. It sounds great. Everything's boring here. This is great." I was like, "All right, let's arrange the tables." And everyone starts chanting, "Drink the drink. Drink the drink.
God.
Drink the
Oh
drink.
my
Eric
God.
Drink
Silver's
the drink."
cinematic universe strikes again. Hey, it's Amanda. Are you enjoying the great, salty, plant-filled world of Verda Stello as much as I am? I was thinking all about the episode this morning as I was recording this and just looking for a little moment of zen and decided to repot one of my plants. It's felt very of a moment with Verda Stello and with the world and with the campaign coming out. So I started my morning with my hands in soil, smelling that smell and misting my plants and admiring all the new little leaves that are coming out of my miniature olive tree. So welcome to the mid-roll. That's so much new growth. Thank you so much to our new buds. Get it? Because it's like plants and also friends. Thank you to Lizzie, Amy, and Chap, our newest patrons over at patreon.com/jointhepartypod. My joy when we get a new patron and when I see a new leaf or a bud on my tree is exactly the same. And we hope that you are enjoying the very, very exciting, thriving patron-only Discord, your bi-weekly party planning video podcast if you're on the $10 tier, audio if you're on the $5, and hundreds of bonus materials from previous campaigns. Seriously, there's so much to love, and we have a ton of great stuff coming up for you, including this coming Friday, a party planning episode all about how the sea shanty happened. We are so pumped to show you more and to keep going and growing in Campaign 3. So please help us make that a reality by joining us at patreon.com/jointhepartypod. And speaking of that shanty, it is truly incredible. We put so much work into it. Eric writing it, Brandon arranging it, all of our friends, Rue and Lauren and Tyler and more who helped us with vocals on the track. And we think it's a really wonderful thing for you to share with your friends who haven't listened to Join the Party yet and be like, hey, they made a whole ass sea shanty. You gotta check it out. You can share it if you go to Join the Party Pod. We are sharing some wonderful shareable clips of the theme song, or you can just send them the link to this episode right now and be like, hey, 2 minutes and change into this episode, hear this sick-ass sea shanty. Like, if these first 3 minutes of this episode don't convince your friends to join the crew for Campaign 3, I don't know what will. So send it to them, please. And by the way, if you want to make the shanty your alarm or ringtone or just like life anthem generally, you can pick that up at jointhepartypod.com/merch. Speaking of merch, this week at Multitude, you asked and we listened, and Multitude merch is finally here. You can grab a Multitude logo t-shirt or crewneck sweatshirt now in our merch store. More merch is on the way, but first we got to see how you like this round. And of course, if you are a multi-crew member at the $10 tier and up, you can get 10% off all Multitude logo merch, which you can join as always at multicrew.com. Club. So listen, if you want a black t-shirt or crew neck with the Multitude M swoosh across the chest that makes you look like a stylish 90s styrofoam cup, you gotta come on. You gotta buy a tee, you gotta buy a crew neck, you gotta buy one or the other or both, and let us know on social which one you buy and how you are modeling it. Those photos are coming in and we are loving it. You can check out our merch at multitude.productions/merch and join the multi-crew to get that 10% off discount at multicrew.club. We are sponsored today by FanRoll. Whether you want the feel of heavier dice, the convenience of a mini dice set, or the captivating looks of gemstone, metal, sharp edge resin dice, or beautiful dice accessories, FanRoll has you covered. Now, FanRoll was formerly known as Metallic Dice Games, which have been a wonderful source of high-quality dice since 2014. They have since expanded from those metal dice scents, hence Metallic Dice Games, into gemstone, acrylic, and glow-in-the-dark dice. They have liquid core. They have dice with stuff in them. It's so amazing. And the team over there clearly really, really loves gaming and loves tabletop games and really cares about the experience that people have with their dice, which has been lovely to know because we may or may not be cooking up something special with the team over at FanRoll. So if you want to let them know that the Join the Party audience loves dice and is excited about dice and wants to perhaps buy more dice in the future, you can go ahead to their gorgeous website, fanrolldice.com, and use the code Join the Party for 10% off your order. This is the best way to show them that we are a great partner and worth working with and perhaps partnering with on something very special and custom sometime in the future. But first, we have to show them that we mean it. So go to fanrolldice.com and use code Join the Party for 10% off your order. We're also sponsored by Burnt Cookbook Party, an excellent actual play comedic Pathfinder podcast by our friend and yours, Jenna Stieber. Now, this show involves 4 heroes of varying skills, attractiveness, and, intelligence, racing against time to prevent a war and prevent a time loop from resetting the entire game. So if you enjoyed a special particular arc from Campaign 2, you may enjoy this one. They say that the lore is as deep as the comedy is shallow, which I think is an absolutely wonderful way to summarize the show. If you've ever wondered how bad a dinner party might go or what the best cut of meat on an Ella flute is, Burnt Cookbook Party is the game for you. There's a lovely team of really funny, smart people who love podcasts and love tabletop games. So go ahead and look for Burnt Cookbook Party, 4 different words, Cookbook Party, or click the link in the description in your podcast app now, or go to bcbparty.com to learn more about the show and give it a listen. That's Burnt Cookbook Party in your podcast app, or go to bcbparty.com. Finally, this show is sponsored by BetterHelp. And I know firsthand I have been dealing with a lot of stress recently, a lot of issues with my sleep, and it makes me not be the person I want to be in my relationships and to my friends and, showing up for people and treating them well and just bringing my best self to all of the things that I'm doing in my life is a lot harder when I am not taking care of myself the way I should be and feeling overwhelmed, feeling bogged down, feeling like I am behind on my social engagements or what I want to be doing with my time just really compounds and makes things harder and harder to deal with. So I'm really grateful that I get the chance every week to talk to my therapist about how I'm feeling and what I'm doing and try to set some goals and learn some tools for dealing with it and getting better. And if you are thinking about therapy, if you're curious about it, if you want to dip your toe in, and especially if finding therapy near you is a hassle, you should try BetterHelp. They are convenient, flexible, affordable, and entirely online. They match you with a licensed therapist after a short quiz, and if it's not a great match, you can switch to a different therapist for no additional charge. So listen, if you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/join the party today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/join the party. And now, let's get back to the show.
Hey, Jammy, pull the mugs down for Drink the Drink.
Okay, I guess I'll do it now.
I think you guys roll the way I like to roll here on Esca.
How and what's the way you think that we roll?
Drinking the drink, man.
Steeply, of course.
Yeah.
So
And
everyone,
then can we hit forearms, bug antenna to bug antenna?
yeah, sure. you guys hit bug forearms. As everyone starts clearing the tables and chairs away, Hondo starts describing Drink the Drink. There are 3. So Jammy has pulled down 5 quote-unquote mugs of beer that are arranged on one of the tables in front of you in a line. Now, 3 of them are seawater, 1 of them is poisoned seawater, and 1 of them is a real mug of beer. Of course, Jammy has doctored them all up, so they all look to be the same sludgy, dark beer that he has been serving to everyone here in the sit-in spot. So the way that you win, it's kind of like we count down from 10 questions you would ask to figure out which mug of beer it is. We bet on each other about who can do this in less questions. And then, you choose one at the end. If you choose the poison mug, you have terrible luck, and I'm sorry that happened to you. Would you like to sign this waiver that says I'm not responsible for you dying here in this place?
When you say dying, do you mean like really dying?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh.
Are we all playing, or is it just I'm fine to die. It's cool. I've been around for a long time.
Grandfather, we don't.
Whoever wants to play can play, but we're gonna have to play individually. Only one person. You don't it's not a team game that you get to do all 5 at the same time.
Gotcha.
I'm good. I do want to say, though, that I did ask for seawater earlier, and it wasn't provided to me. They said, here's water with salt in it. Jammy, I'm looking at you.
Bro, I was saving it in case we had to play a game.
You'll have enough for 4 mugs of seawater.
I only have one. I don't have enough. Why I gotta go outside, and then all the ruffians will go. All the ruffians come behind the bar and take the bottles that they're not supposed to take.
Yeah, no, I'll play. I'm ready to drink.
Hang on, because I have a thing called Natural Philosopher where I get to add a bonus to any ability check to identify poisons.
Ooh.
So
Yeah, go,
it
Grandpa.
might be advantage
All right, cool.
for me to play.
Go, Grandpa, go.
Well, I'm always down to kick the ass of a young whippersnapper.
Oh, he said that to the guy who we like. He's tall. Okay, all right, let's sit down. If someone wants to find themselves buried back into the loam and have their seeds grow into new things that we develop in Circle of Life and all of that, I'm not going to keep them from doing it. Okay, so we're going to go back and forth. It's going to be kind of like Name That Tune. We're going to start with 10. What you say is, I can drink it in blank questions as we go slowly down. And then each question is going to be like an action that you can do. If the people watching are going to try to interfere, I think that might be a problem if someone was watching and the people were going to cheat. But I'm not going to tell you one way or another. Depending on what you bet on, you'll have that number of actions to drink the drink.
Okay. Now, just to clarify real quick for me, seawater is not bad for us, right?
No, it's not great. I think that if you drank seawater or pure fresh water for any of you, it would give you a bad taste of the tummy rumbles, and you might spend the night in the bathroom.
Okay.
But it's definitely not poisonous. It's more like a prank you pull on someone else, like giving them a Four Loko.
Got it. Okay.
Eric, is Brandon going to be making like a saving throw or ability check as part of this at some point?
Yeah, these would be ability checks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brandon, I'm going to use a hex for you then.
Ooh. That's one of the things the witch does.
Hell yeah.
Yes, please.
All right, I have to write it down, and I can tell you before you roll what you got. It wasn't a very good roll, so we'll see if I end up even using it. But
Okay.
Cool.
So how does this work for this hex?
so this is a hex called Tasseography. So basically, as an action, you can choose a friendly creature you can see within 60 feet of you, roll a d20, and record the number rolled. Until the end of your next turn, you can replace any attack roll, saving throw, or ability check made by the creature with this roll. You must choose to do so before the roll. The hex ends when the roll is replaced.
Hell yeah. What does this look like? How do you do this?
Oh, it's just me reading tea leaves.
Oh, okay, so like you're in the crowd, and then what
Yeah.
do you do?
So in this situation, Cammy would be in the crowd and then probably just pours themselves a cup of tea and looks at the leaves while Umbi gets ready to do his thing.
Julia, may I suggest that you have a little teacup hanging from your belt at all times?
Oh, right alongside my kettle. Yes, of course.
Yeah. That sounds great. Hey, we'll see. We'll see who ends up drinking the drink. It could be Umbi or it could be Hondo.
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. All right, well, since I live here and I said we were going to play this game, I'm going to go first. How does that sound, old timer?
I mean, I was going to suggest we play root, leaves,
Rock.
and
Shears?
rock. Cheers. But, youth before beauty,
Listen, I'm the less ripe one. I have to make the move when I need to. Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
All right. I can drink the drink in 8 questions.
7,
I can drink the drink in 6 questions.
5.
I can drink the drink in 4 questions.
3.
Troy leans down to Cammy. Do we think that he can, do this?
I have never bet against Umbi before, and I think that he's lived longer than literally anyone I've ever known. So I think
Combined.
I think he'll be all right.
That's true.
Everyone holds their breath for a moment. After Umbi says 3, Hondo looks around. A little smile playing across his incredibly long stick bug face and says, "All right, ripe one. I want you to drink the drink." And everyone applauds, be like, "Yeah! Drink the drink! It's the second phase of the game!"
I love this crowd. They're so helpful.
They are.
This is the only excitement that's happened in weeks. Everyone's really keyed up for the game that you're playing. Everyone is extra excited that this is happening. So, Brandon, you have 3 actions or questions here for you to decide which one is the real mug of beer. You have to announce them as questions as you do them.
Okay.
Which one of these is poison?
And you see Umbi sort of turn into almost like a dog sniffing for something on the ground. And I'm going to use my natural philosopher ability, which means I add half my proficiency bonus rounded up to any ability check I make to identify herbs, potions, poisons, or other alchemical substances.
Cool. Okay, so your ability score is 2. Divided by 1, we'll add 1 to that. You can either do, if you think it's natural, if you think the poison is natural, then do nature. But if not, I would do investigation.
What do you add to either of those, Brandon?
I think it's both +2, so it doesn't really matter. So I'll do nature.
Cool. Yeah.
It'll be +2 plus the additional proficiency, or so +3 total?
It'll be, yes, +3 total.
Okay, so you rolled a 12, so you get a 15.
Oh, okay. I rolled a 15, Eric.
Incredible. Wonderful.
Julia, is there a scent of tea on the wind? How does it play out?
Yeah, you smell a hint of vanilla and also lemon across the bar as Cammy pours herself the tea and looks into the cup, and just a hint of mint that she adds at the end, and then they swirl to show the number 12. No, I'm kidding. They swirl to show the pint glasses in front of Umbi.
Yeah, and in the tea, Cammy, you can see that there is a big skull over the one all the way on the left.
Not the one all the way on the left. Grandpa. Grandpa.
Now, just for everyone here at the table, Umbi's hearing isn't actually that bad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So he hears them just fine. But Eric, in my notes, I'm writing left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's number
Left
1.
to right. Yeah, thank you. Left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Guys, deadass, Troy was just going to drink the one on the left, so I'm glad that I didn't
God.
put my character episode 1.
I didn't think I would have to heal people in the first episode, but here we are.
Incredible. Yes, the one all the way on the left, number 1, is the poison one.
Great.
Nailed it.
Yeah, the smell of vanilla and lemon leads you over to the left one, which immediately smells incredibly acrid and like angry in your nose.
Ah, why, what did I do to you?
I'm so tickled by Umbi already.
Shit, Umbi.
So I have 2 more questions left. I think what I'm going to do here is, with my knowledge of like potion brewing and like alchemy and stuff like that, I'd like to pull out some kind of like reagent or some kind of material that I have and pour it into one of the glasses and see if it reacts. And like if it reacts with seawater a certain way, I'll know it.
Sure.
But it won't react that way if it's not seawater.
Cool. Yeah. Tell me which one you want to pour it into.
I would like to pour it into 3.
Okay.
And I would like to roll Arcana if that's possible.
Yeah, that sounds great. What do you pull out? What does it look like?
It's sort of just like all of his casings for his bombs look sort of the same. And they're like, not quite glass, but like glass, like kind of clear, but very cloudy. And
Ooh, like beach glass.
Ooh.
Like someone took that stuff and then
Then like tumbled in sand.
and mushed
thank
it
you,
together.
thank you. Yes. Okay. So all of his like reagents and bombs and stuff are housed in the same thing, which is made from sea glass. So sort of like a glass, but like very cloudy and mushed together into a certain shape. So this one is sort of just like, it's almost like a Pokeball. Like you kind of twist it off to hold a thing.
Is this what it is, a bomb, and you like took it apart and poured it into one of them?
Yeah, well, it's more like these are the containers that I have, and then if I want to make a bomb,
Yeah.
I can add another small vial inside of it. That
got
when
it.
that one breaks, it reacts, and yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that drink you got
Like a car bomb.
at the BBQ.
Oh yeah, it's like putting a beer inside of a frozen margarita.
Yeah, exactly. Or
Yeah.
a shot inside of a beer, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hondo says, "Oh, wait, you gotta take chemicals that you brought from home in order to play my game?"
I mean, this is how the game is played by experts. I don't know what you've been doing.
Oh, damn.
What? Ah! He got him!
Were you under the impression that I hadn't played this game before?
He's an old man.
Bro, he's been drinking the drink since before you were drank.
Before you were bigger than a cranberry, I believe he said before.
Thank you, Cammy. Yeah.
I've never been knee-high to a cranberry, but I respect it. That's fine. All right. the crowd is like, ah! So good!
Cammy, can you sense folk songs being written about this night?
I'm already writing one. And Cammy like takes out her little fiddle and starts like.
Damn.
Yeah, so you pour the reagent from your bottle into glass 3. It turns clear and then goes to a dark green,
Cool, okay.
like a forest. Now roll Arcana to tell me if you know what that means.
I got a 9 plus 4 for 13.
For 13. Sure.
Wow.
All right, with the dark green, it definitely means that there's stuff floating in this. You know, the thing about beer when it's being brewed on an island like this is that when you add the hops and the grains and the water, it's not unadulterated with the garbage that is on this island, right? Maybe some sand got in there. Maybe the water wasn't 100% clean. Maybe there was still some salt from whatever sort of like filtering process they have for them to filter their clean water into the nectars and juices and other things that people drink and eat. It definitely seems contaminated by something, but you don't know if it's contaminated by the fact that you're brewing island beer or that this is the various junk that Jammy poured into it. However, I would say it definitely feels like there's some chemical process happening here in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds promising.
If it does it to the same one next to it, can you assume that that's the salt water and not the beer?
Yes.
Cool. I feel like I'm doing a logic problem here.
I know. So that's actually what I was going to do next, Eric, was do the same thing and pour it into the glass to the right, number 4.
All right, pour it into number 4.
The question is this one the same?
Under the rules of the game say if you're gonna do the same thing, you do need to announce it again.
Oh, sorry. I'm doing the same thing. Is this one the same?
Hell yeah. Do another Arcana check.
I got 13 plus 4 for 17 this time.
17.
Hey.
This one goes clear and then goes to a dark purple, which means that there is some color dye added to this drink.
Oh.
So I think you got the right one with the third one.
Purple means that yellow 6 is in this drink.
Okay, so 4, 5, and 2 are the seawater.
Yeah.
3 is the beer. Okay, so I'm going to look at Hondo and say,
Double drink.
Double what?
Oh, you don't know the... Oh, you've been playing the watered down version?
Oh, I'm
Shit.
I'm sorry. What does the double drink rule say?
Oh, the double drink is we both pick a cup. I pick first because I did the questions, and then we drink at the same time. It's like the ripe plants version of the game.
Oh, damn. You just called him young, but like rudely.
So you have to take a guess of I know what cup I'm taking, and I'll take it first, so you get that one off the board. So you have a slightly less chance, but you don't get to ask any questions.
Okay, well, how about in response, if we're going to double drink? Not only am I going to tell you where the temple is, but you can sleep in at my guest room. But if I win, then I'm going to get to sleep on your ship, and then you're going to show me all the cool stuff that's in there.
I love visitors. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so much fun.
Cammy! Oh no! What a horrible thing!
I want all of their weird smelling tea to myself.
Yeah, I want to see what's on your cool pirate ship and all the secrets you have there. I'm sure you have doubloons scattered around. I'm sure you have a piece of amber or two that I definitely won't be stealing.
You can meet Harold.
Dude, he will love Harold, dude.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Harold's
gonna
the
meet
best.
Harold. That sounds great. And
And
if
man-
you win, you can sleep on real beds in my real house with a real roof.
Haven't done that in a while.
When you say it that way,
I feel like, well, we can figure that out later. You got yourself a deal.
and I put one of my hands out to shake hands.
He puts out a big sticky hand. Get it? Because he's a stick. And he puts it out and he shakes one time hard.
Ah, so sticky. Get it? Because you're a stick.
Not the first time I've heard that. All right. Well, you choose.
And Umbi picks up glass 3.
All right. Hondo makes a big deal, turning towards the crowd and being like, oh, he picked 3. And then he gets, really close to all of them. He looks at them and he makes a big show of it. He'd be like, oh, I wonder which one I'm going to pick. And he grabs number 5.
Okay. I was a little concerned that he was going to grab number 1. I was
Yeah.
going to have to knock it out of his hand. But
Billy Joel is playing the prelude to Angry Young Man in the corner.
Angry young...
Plant. It's angry
Plant.
young plant.
It's Angry Young
Yeah.
Plant. You're right. Fuck.
Okay, angry young
Fuck.
plant. Yeah.
It's
Guys,
angry.
I'll be better.
Yeah. It's dramatic piano happening in the background as both of you hold your mugs up, and Hondo says,
Drink the drink.
How do we cheers in Esca? It's changed over the years.
Well, why don't we do the traditional one? To live and die before the sea devil decides for us.
To live and die before the sea devil decides for us.
And they clink mugs.
click. Hondo throws his mug back.
And Umbi does too.
And Umbi, it is that good, sweet, cloudy, muggy beer that you were drinking earlier.
Yay!
nice.
So sticky, so good.
And Hondo goes, spits seawater all over everyone else as the entire bar cheers for Umbi.
Can't hold your seawater, can ya?
You shouldn't do that. Everyone knows you shouldn't. Even for a bet, it's not worth it.
did Jammy do too many drink the drinks and lose? Is that why his voice is like that?
No, this is just how I feel.
My bad.
It's okay. It's printed from what I said earlier.
Hondo says,
All right. That sounds about right. Why don't everybody Yeah, these pirate green folk are up by us. Why don't you, let's all drink together, hang out here, and you can sleep in my house for probably the first time in a bed that hasn't been rolling from side to side in I don't know how many weeks for you.
Thanks. Hey, Hondo, good game. I had a great time. No hard feelings.
No hard feelings.
I wouldn't have let you drink the poison. I knew which one it was.
I very much appreciate that. And if we ever get into a situation where you are leading yourself into a death area, hopefully I can return the favor.
Thanks.
Speaking of death areas, where's the temple?
That's a good question. I guess, it's a few miles outside of town. I can lead you there, tomorrow. We'll get an early start. It's a little bit of a trek, and then there's terrible trials, and then we'll get there.
Oh, what?
Fun.
You know, the regular stuff, you know.
Oh, okay. The regular terrible.
The regular terrible trials,
Not
you
like
know.
the super terrible trials.
No, it's not out of the ordinary. It's kind of run of the mill.
Unspeakable horrors?
Oh, yeah, I haven't done the trial since I was stick high to a cranberry, so.
Hey.
Unspeakable horrors. I've had a few.
I'm speaking about them now. They're not unspeakable.
Oh, all right.
It's not horrible. It's not horrible. They're fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Slightly
That's good, man.
disappointing, but that's all right.
This line of work, man, that's a great day of work.
Is there any food here? Is there anything to eat?
Oh, absolutely. Let's Jamie, why don't you put the soup on and give a hearty bowl to each one of our
Hell yeah.
to each one of our new pirate friends.
Thanks, man. And Jamie, Hondo's next drink on me.
Around for the whole bar, our new friends.
No.
Yeah! New friends!
That's very generous of you, Troy.
Yeah, who's gonna cover me?
And then for the next 3 hours, Troy walks around the bar, slowly pickpocketing everyone for the amount of one drink.
Troy's washing dishes, paying off his debt. Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie says, Rob, well, you shouldn't have said you had no doubloons.
Wonderful. Yeah, I think for the next few hours, y'all drink with the folks. I think, would you like to try to overhear what people are saying? Or would you like to push yourself into conversation?
I'm not very good at pushing myself into conversations, but I would love to overhear. Maybe I'll send Nani out. Nani can go and schlorp through the tables and see if she can hear anything interesting.
Yeah, I'll give you you can take a perception check. What about you two?
I think that I'm going to go around telling everyone, oh, my old friend,
Good,
and
you
see if
can do
it
that.
works ever.
Sure.
Yeah. I think Troy's just going to sit at the end of the bar and keep spinning his perhaps one doubloon around and around, trying to overhear.
Wonderful. Umbi, you're not going to roll for anything. You just ingratiate yourself to everyone, and everyone loves what you're doing. That sounds great. And why don't you do Cammy and Troy? Why don't you all both do perception checks?
I rolled a 13 plus 2.
Wonderful, 15.
I do have a natural one.
You're just really into the tricks that you're doing with that coin, and you're like so focused on making sure you don't drop it and looking cool.
And the coin flips up and hits you in the eye. Oh, man. Is Amanda officially the bad roller, y'all?
We'll see.
First nat one of the game.
First nat
is
one of the
Amanda's.
game.
First roll, first one, yeah.
Troy Riptide, while you're sitting at the bar, Jamie says, well, here we go. With the nat one, Jamie asks you for the covering everyone's money, and you don't have money, so you have to wash dishes in the back,
Yeah.
which is why you don't hear anything.
Got it.
Yeah.
Fair.
But as Jamie takes another pile of bowls and drops it into the big sink that splashes soap up into your face. And he says,
Oh, so, you're sleeping at Hondo's place, aren't you?
Yeah, no, that's what he said. Really decent of him.
Yeah, I mean, he has really wonderful beds. I've slept over there before, but you just can't get any sleep because of the sun gulls.
The what now?
Oh, the sun gulls, they're the birds that fly around, look like sunflowers, incredibly loud, and are attracted to light. Yeah, Hondo has a very large light that he keeps because he says it keeps away intruders, and the sun gulls are attracted to it, so I hope that they don't keep you up.
That's a really good tip. Is there anything way to like placate them? Do they like stuff? Are they afraid of something?
Do they like stuff is a really good question.
Besides the big sun, you know.
No, they pretty much just like
Yeah.
the thing they think is the sun.
No, sure.
Oh, also, the last ones you cleaned weren't clean enough.
He throws a bunch of mugs in
Ah,
the water.
shit. My bad, man.
Well, that's okay. Only 200 more pieces of silverware to go.
Yep. Again, told you I didn't have. Okay. Yep.
See you later. Goodbye.
Try Riptide.
all right, try Riptide.
Try to
With a 15, Cammy. After a few hours, Nani comes back to you and crawls back into the teapot.
Hello, my sweet little thing. Tell me more.
And Nani says that a few people said that they saw the ship of Audrey the Rotten Queen around these parts, and they were making special note of it and trying to keep away from it. They thought that it was just a cloud passing over the sun, and they thought it was the trick of the eye, and they saw the ripped sails and rotted sailors upon the deck, and a 12-year-old girl sitting at the bow, which can only mean it is Audrey the Rotten Queen. Mm-hmm. And hold on, this is a special breaking report here at Join the Party News. Hello, this is Eric Silver. I stole this NPC from Julia.
Thank you.
She came up with it during a party planning, and I said I would steal it, and Julia said fine, but I need to say that I did steal it from Julia because it's tight as hell.
Thank you.
Well, I was going to say, it's sad that Julia only lasted one episode of Campaign 3 because she defected to go join Audrey the Rotten Queen.
Yeah.
But that makes total sense.
Eric, may I do a history check to see what I know about Audrey the Rotten Queen?
Sure.
Tight as hell.
That's only a 6. I don't remember anything about her.
Audrey isn't necessarily something to remember. There have been, of course, ghost pirates is a tradition and a legend, but Audrey is relatively recent. But word on the sea is that a 12-year-old daffodil girl found a cursed artifact, which caused her to be possessed by an evil goddess who now commanded her and her rotten crew.
Classic.
Cool.
Incredible.
So that night, after a bunch of carousing, Jamie kicks everyone out.
You know I have Pilates in the morning. Get out.
And kicks everyone out of the sitting spot. And Hondo takes you back to his place.
How does that work if she's a tomato?
Sitting spot, more like the getting spot. Getting out spot. What did you say, Cammy?
Nothing.
Oh, guys, by the way, Jamie told me that there's a bunch of sun gulls at Hondo's place, and they're really loud. So
Sun goals? I don't have sun goals. I don't know what Jamie's telling you.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Do you have a big light that it brings them in?
Yeah, I do, to keep away intruders. But, we all have sun goals. It's not my thing. Everyone has sun goals.
No, of course.
I'm gonna give that tomato a piece of my mind.
No, not yet.
He charges back. He tries to charge back you towards the bar.
Listen, last thing I like is creating drama between bruvs. I really sorry to do that. I have a fear. It's a me thing. We don't have a lot of them out in the crags, and I was feeling a little nervous about it. I should have asked you instead of just repeating gossip. That's on me, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do a little shoulder bump, bro, back pat.
All right, that's fine. I definitely need to tell him that he needs to keep my name out of his red ketchupy mouth.
Fair.
It's so hard to tell what's an insult in this world.
All right, well, listen, I have a bunk room upstairs for when people come through from where my family visits. Lots of nieces and nephews and cousins and stuff. So there's just like a bunch of, you can grab whatever is upstairs.
Fucking love family, bro.
Yeah, I love family and the people of Esca, and now all of you. I love you all very much. I drank so much tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we love you too.
Would you like some tea before you go to bed?
Absolutely not. No, thank you.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get up in the morning, eat a bunch of raw eggs, and I'm fine.
Oh, what kind of eggs do you like the best?
The big ones.
Sun gull eggs.
We have a coop of birdwoods over there, and they put up fresh eggs.
It's a pun on dogwood.
Nice.
Wow.
I thought you were going to say hen of the wood.
Yeah, but
chicken
I
of the
couldn't think
woods.
that fast, Brandon. Yeah. So yeah, he leads you to his house. All of the houses in Esca are very simple. Again, they've just kind of been thrown together in the way that boom towns are that are run by the pirate economy. A town springs up and they make a house as quickly as possible. This one seems pretty well constructed. It's made and does have a second level.
Fancy.
Just like it's kind of just like a loft, and there's a little skylight. Like a little, one of those half moon skylights that just kind of look out on the sea.
Cute.
And yeah, then he leads you upstairs. It's homey. It's kind of sweet. It's sparse in there, just like a big chair in the living room and a fireplace. And his bed is over on the left. It's like this was a 1-story house, and he leads you to the second story, which he kind of maybe built up. And you walk up the narrow stairs, and there's just like a bunch of mattresses thrown everywhere. There's like a triple bunk bed. It's like, yeah, you can all sleep up there if you enjoy it, and I'll come grab you in the morning.
Thanks, Hondo.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a good sleep. Well, I almost fell down the stairs.
Oh,
I drink so much,
Are
guys.
you sure you don't want tea?
No, absolutely not. I got my own thing. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
bros give bros hands.
Watch out for the salt water tonight, by the way.
Unless there's salt water in my pillow in the next 10 seconds, I'm going to be fine. I fall asleep. Just so you know, I fall asleep so fast, and I sleep really hard.
That
Me
explains
too.
the sun goals. Okay.
All right, yeah, right on.
Yeah. All right. Good night.
Good night.
Hold on. I almost fell down the stairs.
Gosh.
Hold
Are
on.
you sure you don't want a hand?
No, I'm getting it.
He is feeling his way down the stairs. And you three are left in Hondo's bunk room.
I'd like the middle bunk.
I don't want to climb up the ladder, so I'll take the bottom.
That's fine.
And Troy vaults himself up to the top.
I know the three of you are adorable, but imagine a room full of mattresses and the
Sure,
three
we
of
know.
you decided
We
to
know.
sleep.
You said there
We
was
know.
a triple bunk bed. What were
We know what we're
supposed
doing.
to
Yeah, we know what we're
do?
doing.
Okay. Absolutely.
Troy has taken the top bunk as a sniper nest so that if anything happens, he can crossbow at an enemy.
Yeah.
Right, and Cammy is in the middle, so if anything happens, they can buff the both of you. It's all good.
And
Absolutely.
Umbi's asleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, as the sounds of Umbi snoring come up through the bunk bed, Troy sticks his head, hangs down comically like an older sibling at Christmas, looking down at their younger sibling.
Cammy, do you think one of us should keep watch or anything? Is this a safe scenario?
I mean, I can put Nani out to see, she doesn't really need to sleep, so.
If she's cool with it, thanks, Nons.
Yeah, Cammy very gently knocks on the tea kettle that she's put next to her on the pillow on the bed, being like, would you mind watching tonight?
And you just see the top of the octopus head pushes the top of the tea kettle up, and then just two octopus eyes looking out.
Thank you,
Oh my
my
God.
sweet princess.
My favorite character is Nani.
Incredible. Yeah. And as you all go down to sleep, I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw, and Troy has disadvantage.
Great. With disadvantage, I got 19.
Wow.
Whoa, shit.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I rolled a 14.
14.
What did you roll twice,
A
Amanda?
17 and then an 18. Plus 2.
Damn.
Oh my God.
I rolled a 19 plus 1 for non-nat 20.
Hey.
Not 20. Jesus
Wow.
Christ. All right. Immediately, Umbi and Troy, Amanda, in my head, Troy is because this happened to me at summer camp. Kids would be talking to you, and then in the middle of a sentence, they'd be asleep.
Yes.
I feel like that's what Troy does.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh yeah, this was such a fun night. I really,
Yeah, exactly.
and then you hear, Cammy, it is so loud. And then you hear boop as one of them hits the window. And then they go, Cammy, I'm going to give you a decision.
Uh-huh.
What is your HP?
22.
22. Cammy, because of your terrible night of sleep, you can either remove 10 HP
Whoa.
or I am going to impose disadvantage on you once whenever I want.
Woof.
Wow.
Because either you spend all night trying to find a way to plug your ears, which is you sleeping badly, which is your HP, or you try to just tune it out and there's nothing you can do, and you sleep badly in that other way, which is the disadvantage in being less sharp.
Can I try to do a spell thing? against these goals or the cause of the goals, which is this bright light?
You can do whatever you want, but this is because you failed the roll. You have to do it.
Okay.
But feel free to do this anyway.
I mean, I have a cantrip that's called Eye of Anubis, which just lets me shoot necrotic damage out of my eye. So I think Cammy just opens the window, closes one eye, and just starts shooting the birds down.
Yeah, I think that you spend way too much time doing it. New ones keep showing up. Go, "Rah!"
And then it's light outside and you're like,
Yeah, then
"Shit."
it's light out when you get the last one, yeah. So either you take 10 damage or I get to impose disadvantage on you once whenever I want.
All right, you can impose disadvantage on me once.
Hell yeah, dude.
Damn.
Cammy, as you open the window and you're shooting necrotic damage beams through your eyes and the sun goes all night, you think you see illuminating a mainsail about 5,000 feet off of the island of Esca. You think you see, in the low light far away, the image of a flower growing out of the ground, but it's been cut in half with like a clear delineation between the top half and the bottom half of the flower, like a big space in between the two, and 2 red X's where the eyes of the flower would be.
Uh-oh.
Audrey, the Rotted Queen, is going to find her treasure! But maybe you just imagined it and you were tired.